what's going on YouTube? Back with another video. This time, I guess you can call this like a special 100 subscriber special, but yeah, I'll just use that as my excuse for why I'm here and why I'm showing you guys a new car. I'll have another video for my STI later after this one, going over where it's at and stuff, but for now I'd like to introduce to you guys my 2013 Subaru BRZ. So yes, this is the new car for the channel. It's a bit much, yes, especially when I'm not finished with my other one, but in order to kind of achieve my goals with my STI, I kind of step back and, you know, settle for something in the meantime. And I feel like this is the perfect option because, one, it's a Boxer, two, it's a Subaru, so, you know, it kind of goes along with the family tree here. And three, to be quite honest, it reminds me of my Celica, and I've been looking for something like that ever since I lost it back in February. So let me go over it really quick. 2013 BRZ, it has, or when I bought it, it had 45,000 miles. Currently right now it's about 47, maybe almost 48. So super low mileage, and it already came with the wheels, I think it's like TN coilovers, the Greddy exhaust, I think catless, like it's got like Borla, Kirin, Nvidia, and then Greddy out the back. Like it's mostly catless except for the cat back. Everything else though that you're seeing, like, I mean, I'm sure if you guys own a BRZ, you know, I don't need to explain that. I bought some aftermarket ones, they popped off, so I've already gone through 2 sets. It's kind of BS, but there's nothing special going on inside. This is all basically stock. I wanted a car that would essentially be ready to go in terms of the coilovers and the exhaust and all that stuff. I really didn't want to get down there and do all of it again because I already went through all that with my STI, and this car was just supposed to pick me up, you know, like ready to go to work and feel good in it, turn heads if I need to, and just, yeah, I mean, all around, like that's exactly what I got. Biggest one probably to go over, it probably took the longest time, which doesn't say much, but I'm not sure if you can see that. I'm trying to see it. There it is. So it's got underglow. Another thing too is I'm teaching my girlfriend how to drive manual. She's been doing really good so far. She actually drove me home last night because I was drinking. So it's kind of cool. I mean, honestly, there's some perks to it. And I know this is more her style. I mean, this is more like to remind me of my Celica, which was named Brittany. My dad named her for Britney Spears. That's kind of like a thing that my dad always did with this car. He would name it after like an actor or like a artist he loved, in terms of, you know, their looks, not like their talent or anything. But I thought, since this kind of reminded me of my Celica, it's silver, it's a 2-door sports car, all that fun stuff, I figured I should name it after Brittany's sister. And when I grew up, she had a show called ZOEY 101, so that's what I've been calling this car, and my girlfriend doesn't really like it, but I thought it was just kind of like a fun use of words. For sure, a duckbill is coming, low profile one. I don't really want anything crazy. And what else? My girlfriend doesn't like those taillights. It's kind of growing on me, but we'll see. But that's kind of the update, guys. And I'll go ahead and start driving it, let you know how it feels. I've been driving this thing for like a month now. I'm gonna be driving back now with the GoPro in the window. Might be bouncy. I don't want to make this section of the video too long, just in case it is like wobbling. But the highlight of this part is just gonna be me going over what it's like to come from an STI to this, because I dailied my STI for over a year, and now that I've had this car for like a month, I feel like I kind of got it all dialed in. So overall, this car, I'm just gonna get out of the way, I'd much prefer this one over my STI. I don't know if it has to do with my coilovers on the STI. It just, like, even when I had stock suspension on that car, it just didn't feel right. It just was always is always bouncing. You're just like a bobblehead in that car. This one, I'm not sure if it's because of the layout of like where the suspension sits on the body, the chassis. I'm not sure if that has to do with the reason why it feels so much better, or if it's just because of the fact that it's like a different style of ball, or I don't know. But when I first got in this car, I felt like the car just hugged me and it just wanted to go for a drive. Just like it instantly greets you. I had to sit in this car for like 3 hours to get it home, and I swear I could have just kept going the rest of the night. Like I really was just that excited about it. This is truly a driver's like focused vehicle. It's not fast, obviously. I don't feel like I need to say that. It's been what, 8 years this car's been out, and I'm just getting into it now. But if you're looking to get a little quick car that's gonna be gapping people on the highway, you're not gonna get that. This car will make you smile though when you decide to turn traction control off and start doing donuts. I've already done that a handful of times, and it's a whole other experience, because I came from a front wheel drive Celica to an all wheel drive STI to this. This is my first rear wheel drive platform, and this car will just, it'll instantly just spin out on you. If you're really looking to get one, I suggest it. Watch other videos besides mine. Get an overall feel of what everyone's saying, and I guarantee you, overall, it's gonna be positive. All the people that say, you know, oh, it's slow and everything's cheap on the car, like they just ignore that. Honestly, like the interior is fine. I don't know what people have to really say about that. Like I hear that all the time, like the car's cheap. To me, it feels good. I mean, like don't go out and buy a brand new one for like 30K or whatever they go for. Like I paid half that for this, and so that's a good price range. I would say if you can find one in good condition, try to avoid, you know, salvage titles. Don't buy a project car. Don't buy, you know, like a wide body or a turbocharged one, like, because you don't know how they, you don't know the person that did that before you. You know, you don't know what they put the car through, and you don't know if they cut corners to get it to where it was at. Because I mean, realistically, from when I was shopping, like the 20K range, I was finding ones that, like, you know, had high mileage, low mileage, turbocharged, supercharged, wide body, you know, stock body. I found them all within the same range of each other, and I chose this one out of all those. And that's, you know, if that's what you're looking for, then I mean, you do what you want with your money. But I just don't trust the stock internals, or, you know, the community really, like the people that like go out and do all those crazy stuff to the cars. I don't really trust their work behind it. Yeah, it can be done. I'm just not sure if I can trust other people's, you know, work, especially with no receipts. And if it's all just done in house and, you know, whatever, no, that's not for me. This car was never intended to be fast. I knew that going in, and this wasn't supposed to be, you know, it's supposed to get away from that for me. Like the STI is gonna be my main power, you know, achiever. Like 400 horsepower is where I'm trying to go, so that's where I'm gonna be building all my parts on. If I want to, you know, take it out in the street and rip it, like that's what I'm gonna be taking out to the street to rip. But with this one, this is just supposed to be comforting, dailyable, and reliable. So everything else, I don't really care. Like it's just not for me. So that's my take on the BRZ. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is a very welcoming platform and a very forgiving one too. If you're looking to learn how to drive manual off of it, like there's only so many cars out there, especially coming off the lot these days, that have this option for you. I feel like with my Celica, it was a little bit more brutal because like it didn't really have synchros or anything like that. Celica would let you know like you didn't change your gear right, or you know you didn't. But for someone like my girlfriend, she was able to get in it and mess around See if she does a flyby.